something that I really need to talk about and get off my chest. So, I had a podcast recommended to me by a colleague that I've started listening to recently that I feel like is kind of single-handedly making me believe in a higher power again. It's a podcast called the Telepathy Tapes, and it started a couple of years ago, and it kind of delves into everything. It makes a lot of arguments about like against materialism, which is what we kind of think of as like modern science. And you know, like in science, it's really hard for researchers to get funding if they want to study things like the origins of consciousness beyond just like our brain inside of our skull. And like telepathy, obviously, given the name, and all this stuff that people have claimed to have experienced, but it's like we can't see it, you know? And I'm pretty sure season 2 does like start to broaden a little bit, but season 1 is all about like non-speaking people, most of whom are diagnosed with autism. And this podcast was just like blowing my mind. Like I was listening to it at work, and I was like, why don't people know about this? Like, what's going on? And it was like the craziest stuff, basically about how a lot of families of like non-speaking people have claimed that their kids can read their mind, and there have been many experiments that prove that this could actually be true. So basically, there could be some science behind people who are unable to communicate traditionally and verbally, might tap into like some higher like realm. But it is like a scientific thing. Like a lot of scientists are on this podcast, and there was this story about how this one boy loved touching these rocks, and he was like, when you're autistic, you experience energy from everything, and these rocks give me good energy. And then his mom was looking it up, and she found that rocks are actually really good at turning mechanical energy into electrical energy, but most people can't actually sense that, but her son can, because he's just so like sensory oriented. So a lot of scientists, I mean not a lot, but there are scientists who are starting to argue that these ideas of telepathy might be like the same sort of situation, like just a type of science or energy that people are tapping into that we don't really know about yet. So I thought it was a really, really amazing podcast. I feel like personally I am starting to kind of delve into wanting to put my time into researching not exactly topics like that, although they do really interest me as well, but just like things beyond the norm. Like I've talked about before how I did my thesis in college on autism representation in TV and film, and I feel like that just like even a couple years ago I would have said like, oh, I would never do something like that, you know, like that's not like hard science, or you know, like it's kind of hard to know like what are the implications of that type of work going to be. But I feel like I've learned a lot about like what the implications are, and it's just like that project was just so much more interesting to me than anything I ever did in college. And I feel like it takes smart people to do that type of research and like make it mean something to people. So yeah, shout out Telepathy Tapes. Everybody go listen if you like podcasts. It's like the one educational podcast I'm listening to right now, and it's so good. I also listen to a lot of the Smosh podcasts. I love when they read Reddit stories. And I love Martin and Hamza's podcast. They're like, you know, I mean, they're the token straight boys who I actually like. Love Martin and Hamza. listen to Trixie and Katya's podcast. I do want to listen to more drag queen podcasts. I feel like there's probably a lot I would like. Oh, but guess what? I just remembered something else about the telepathy tapes that I really wanted to make clear, which is that part of me does worry about like what neurotypical people could do if they get a hold of information like this, because I feel like they would just take it to push the narrative of like autism is a superpower. But I feel like we really need to change our whole perception on disabilities, because I've always, or not, I mean not always, but like there was a while where I felt like autism was maybe different from most disabilities in that because it changes like literally everything about you and the way you perceive the world. It's not necessarily that it's a superpower or like a death sentence, it's just a part of you. And like most autistic people don't want to change themselves. But then the more I thought about it, the more I started to realize that pretty much every disability is like that. I mean, I talked to my stepsister about this, and like, yeah, she even said like, even like mental illnesses that have to be recovered from, like, there are good things that can teach you. And I feel like pretty much any disability is gonna change how you perceive the world and teach you things that you wouldn't know otherwise. So I guess what I'm saying is that listen to the telepathy tapes if you're autistic, or if you have like normal good views on autistic people, because girl, it is so good. Although I guess, let me be unproblematic, because like, yeah, we should want to be educating everybody, but I guess it's just like keep an open mind, you know? And when I say that this podcast is making me believe in a higher power again, I guess I'm also, it wasn't just the science that's on this podcast. It's like they talk a lot about like children communicating with spirits and just things like beyond our physical realm, and talk a lot about how our bodies might not really be where our consciousness ends. So yeah, I feel like it just made me think like so much about like a lot of different stuff. I feel like all the honey in my tea sank to the bottom, and I don't know where to put it because I feel like it's too loud when I set it down. What else has been going on? I'm almost done with It, Stephen King's It, about the clown, which, by the way, y'all know I can't read, so this is like a real feat. I'm done with this book in like 5 months. It's probably been about 5 months. That's good, y'all, because this book is like 1,200 freaking pages. Like, that's so good. I love it. It's so good. I was thinking about finishing it tonight, but I don't know if I can do it. I'm like a very, very slow reader. Even when, because sometimes it's the perfectionist in me that's like, I need to hang on to every single word. But I feel like even when I don't do that, like, I'm just slow at like processing it. Because, and I've talked about how like my mom's dyslexic, and sometimes I'm like, I mean, I don't really, like, I'm not like, yes, I must have to like, not to self-diagnose myself with everything under the sun, because I'm not like, yes, I must have dyslexia, but like, I feel like I have thought about how I definitely used to think of it really literally when I watched Bella Thorne's TTI, and was like, if you're dyslexic, it must be a thing of like, where like B's and D's are switched and all that. And maybe that is the way it is. I don't know. I really should research it more. But my mom has talked about how for her it's like, it's just like the words don't really come together like in the nails in so long, but I've been thinking about it. That's been a conundrum for me recently, is like, what do I really want to do at night? Because I feel like there's a million things I want to do at night, but I can't do it all. Because I'm like, do I want to do my nails, or watch a movie, or do both, or just read my book, or like do something else? And I'm trying to watch more movies, but like, sometimes it's hard. What else has been going on? I'm rewatching Austin and Ally. Y'all, I love Austin and Ally so much. It's like one of those shows I just rewatch a lot. Cause like, I feel like, yes, it is, first of all, that I watched it when I was a kid, so it just brings me comfort, but I also just love like the system of the show, like the way it's set up. I feel like it's set up so nicely, because it's like, first Austin's a nobody, and then he rises to fame, and then Ally gets over her stage fright, and then she starts to rise to fame, and then you have all the stuff with their relationship, which I don't really care about, but I still like that it's like, I know that it's coming, and then it's there, and then they're like on again, off again, whatever, and then like they both get big and go on tours, and then it's like season 4, and then it's like all this stuff with like, I don't know, stuff is going on with Sonic Boom in season 4, but it's just so good. Like, I feel like it's like the timeline is just perfectly crafted. And my favorite episode of Austin and Ally is the one where, well, first of all, my favorite scene is from season 1, when Trish tells Ally that she wants to fire her crush for her, and then she does the big humiliation fire where like the gospel choir comes in and sings. It's so funny. And then I love the episode where they're in the Glee Club, and then I love the one where they're accused of stealing the song, and then they're in court, and then like Austin has to sing. That one's so good. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. I don't know if this will be uploaded on Friday, but sometimes I can edit and upload these in like 10 minutes, so maybe it will. Oh, what's Monday? Memorial Day? I don't really know what that holiday's about. I was just thinking about religion, because I was like, low-key, tell me what higher powers you guys believe in the comments below, but I didn't want it to like start anything, because I know people can get defensive about that kind of stuff. But if you want to be nice, you can tell me, because I love hearing about other people's beliefs. I'm like very agnostic personally, and I feel like I love religion because it's like, I love hearing about what brings other people peace and all the types of things that they believe in, but I feel like for me, it brings me a lot of peace to say that I don't really know, and I don't really want to know, and I don't test something, which is that I make tea in the microwave, but it's only currently, because like I live with my parents, and I just feel like that's a lot. Like I feel like a disturbance when I'm making tea every night, like with the kettle thing, but I also don't really know how to do it. So maybe if I learn how to do that, it'll fix all my problems, because I also hate how like when I make tea in the microwave, the cup also heats and then it gets hot and then I can't touch it. So yeah, I'll probably stop being a tea deviant soon and make it the correct way. Let me choose my favorite thing on this cup. I'm looking at it. I'm choosing. Oh, I thought this said poop, but it says peep, and it's a chick. Okay, I think my favorite one. I like these caterpillars, and they say let's go. I like those, and I like this, where is it? There was like a monkey. Where's the monkey? Was it a monkey? I thought it was. Oh, there's the monkey, right there. What does the monkey say?